So thank you. Thank you for asking me to be here today. I was asked to talk to you about resilience and what the word resilience means. And one of the things that they told me about was to talk about resilience. And I decided that on social media, I often share stories of people who demonstrate resilience. And so I turned to my friends on social media and I asked them to tell me what resilience means to you. There were, let's just say, a lot of creative answers, if you will, but most summed it up pretty much as the ability to bounce back after something happens. And when you look at the dictionary, or I should say like dictionary.com, or you Google the word resilience, I can show you here on the slide what it is. Let's see if there we go. What does resilience mean? And dictionary.com says the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness, the ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape, elasticity. Boy, during this pandemic, many business leaders have had to bounce back. They've had to figure out how to move things around or move forward or pivot when things haven't gone as planned. And some of the top business leaders in today's ever-changing world say that right now, and also as we move into the future, those who will succeed are those who are resilient. There's that word again, resilience. They say those who can deal with stress, those who can deal positively with stress. Usually don't have the word positive and stress in the same thing, the same sentence, but they say those who can deal positively with stress will thrive. Well, we know stress it's not just going to disappear. I have yet to find that magic potion because we all know life is hard and work is hard. I mean, it's called work after all. And many of us work in constantly connected, always on, highly demanding work cultures where stress and the risk of burnout are widespread. I mean, that was the headline in the news that I read yesterday morning on Good Day. They were talking about how burnout is causing the great resignation, that there's so many people that are just quitting. They simply are just giving up. Well, if you choose to stay in your line of work, or maybe you have to stay, the pace and the intensity of your work world really likely isn't going to be changing anytime soon. And it is more important than ever to build resilient skills so you can be a leader, so you can bounce back. And, let's be honest, when you think about it, I mean, nobody, even though you might think or you might want to be, nobody is consistently a perfect employee, a perfect teammate, a perfect leader. We'd like to be, but we're not. I mean, let's be real. Everybody at some point is going to receive some sort of critical feedback or maybe experience work failure. So how can we learn to be resilient? Because there's skills that you can learn. You can learn them. Being a news anchor for the last 20 years plus, I have covered thousands of news stories, and I have seen firsthand heartache, pain, tragedy, violence. I mean, you name it. I have met people who have seen the worst. I have met them at their worst on that really, really bad day. But I have also been able to see such grace and such beauty and such triumph from people who, in my mind, define resilience. So I'm going to introduce you to one person right now. This here, let's see. Oh, nope, we go back one. There you go. This is Dawn Compton. In 2018, Dawn, who lives in Belleville, Texas, which is right outside Houston, was diagnosed with breast cancer in her left breast. She had a double mastectomy. She had reconstruction surgery. And it was during that time that she realized that women battling breast cancer need a couple things. They need some things to make life a little bit easier. And the first thing that she did, I'm going to pull this out right here, she made a pillow like this one that says, "You are strong enough." So she made a pillow like this one. This is a mastectomy pillow. And she created one of these for herself, very similar to this one. And this pillow is a huge help. Looks a little odd, doesn't it? Well, so women use it like this. You sit there and you hold it like this. And Dawn and so many women say, this provides a little pressure and also protection after surgery. This pillow makes everything from a car ride, which can be a little bumpy, to even holding little ones tolerable after surgery. So this is one of the things she created, this mastectomy pillow. Another thing she created, I'm going to pull this out here, is a drain shirt. So this is a men's shirt. I'll pull it out. It's buttoned up because you have to remember, these women have just went through surgery. But what is in the shirt, let's see if I can hold it up so everyone can see it, are these special pockets. Here, this one looks a little bit easier. Oh, I don't want to mess up my mic either. But here in both sides are these special pockets. These hold drains. And when women after surgery, after a mastectomy surgery or after reconstruction, they have drains that are attached to their body for like the fluid buildup for like a week after surgery. It could even be more. And so they have to carry these drains around. And so the women will stick these shirts on, and the drains fit so nicely right into these inside pockets. So Dawn made a pillow and then one of these for herself, and she posted about them on social media, just saying this is what I've made. And boy, the orders started coming in because people were asking her, hey, can you make one of those for me? Could you make one of those for me? I need a pillow like that. Oh, a drain shirt like that would be awesome. Dawn could not keep up. So in 2019, while still undergoing treatment, she actually started the Blessing Box Project. And I'm going to show you here. There you go. Oops. I feel like I'm a meteorologist with this little clicker thing here. But there's Dawn. That's Dawn there. And some of her friends, some of these volunteers. So Dawn has a team of volunteers, and they gather for these sew-ins every few weeks. And they put these boxes together. I call these ladies angels. Sometimes there's men too. They're angels too. Everyone who shows up at our little sew-ins. But they have now sent out more than 6,000 of these blessing boxes. They have made a difference in the lives of women all over this world. And in fact, right now, there's a wait list for these boxes right now. They come in just a box like this from the Postal Service. They also put in some sweet little notes. This right here, I thought this was really cute. This is a pocket prayer quilt. It says, I'm a little prayer quilt to hold in your hand to keep when things don't go as you plan. Hold me tight in your fist to calm your fears. You can also use me to wipe away your tears. So, but this has all sorts of like little notes in it, some paper, pencil, little bags and stuff, but basically something just to lift these women's spirits who are going through breast cancer. And what I think is so cool is Dawn posts about these sew-ins and people show up. She's in a tiny town. I said Belleville, Texas, which is outside of Houston, but people have come from everywhere to help Dawn. Even from other parts of the country are making them, and we'll send them to her, and then Dawn will then send them on. Here is what's cool, I think. Dawn has also unexpectedly created a virtual world where these women can all go to for support, for guidance. They go to the Blessing Box Project Facebook page. They have turned it into this beautiful site. There's more than 7,000 people there, and they share their experiences. They share their ups, they share their downs, they share their moments of resilience. Dawn is someone who saw a need, she tried to fill that need, and she has. And she is proof that one person can make a difference. And I think that's awesome. On a personal note, after her surgery, Dawn went through 4 rounds of chemotherapy, 30 rounds of radiation. She has to take pills a few more years. But she is a survivor. She's doing awesome today. She is one busy woman. I had her on Good Day this week, and since it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and she's swamped. She has so many women who are in need of these pillows, of these shirts, and she's just sitting there sewing her and her lady friends. So Dawn is amazing. Now the next person I want you to meet is Jacob Brewer. There's Jacob. Jacob is from Fort Worth. He's a teen in Fort Worth. And in the summer of 2020, he was on vacation with his family in Siesta Key. He was there on the beach having a great time. A fast-moving storm popped up, and it caught his family off guard. It really caught everybody on the beach off guard. I think it came from like the back and just like it popped up. Jacob, as his family was leaving, they were gathering all their stuff, and they were walking to get off the beach. Jacob was hit by lightning. He was struck by lightning. And I talk to his mom all the time about this. Doctors say it's amazing he survived. I mean, you could see where that lightning hit him in his chest and how it traveled down to his foot. He's paralyzed from the waist down. And Jacob, his family, they have gone through so much. Now, Jacob has gone to some of the best medical centers in this country. He's looking for a miracle. Now, as I mentioned, I've kept in contact with the family ever since that incident. And I was really taken back this past summer because I was talking to Jacob's mom, and she mentioned, oh, it's almost the 1-year anniversary of Jacob's incident. And I said, oh gosh, yeah, that's going to be a tough day. And she said, well, you know what we're planning on doing? Jacob and his family spent that day, the anniversary of being struck by lightning, talking and sharing their experience with as many people as possible to spread awareness, working with the city of Siesta Key where he was struck by lightning, working with the Florida lifeguards. He was on Good Day with me virtually doing interviews in between his therapy because Jacob wanted people to know, as many people as he could, about the dangers of lightning. I have some photos of Jacob here that I can show you. This is Jacob shortly after the lightning hit. Here he is in therapy. He's getting stronger every day. He is one tough guy. And he wants everyone to know what happened to him so that you don't end up like him. So if there is lightning within 10 miles of you, you shouldn't be outside. In fact, our meteorologist, Kylie Cap, she has this cute little saying. She says, if the thunder roars, go indoors. And I always try to remember that. Jacob now works so hard to improve his health and to inform others and hopefully save someone's life. And in my mind, that's someone who's resilient. I mean, talk about toughness, talk about finding positive in the darkness. I mean, he's amazing. So what do Dawn and Jacob have in common? I mean, what makes them resilient? I mean, sure, you might not have been struck by lightning, and you might not have been diagnosed by breast cancer. It is 1 in 8 women right now, but life is hard. And sometimes there are just more downs than you can take. It doesn't have to be just one big one. It could be several little ones. But it is during those downs when you have to be resilient. I mean, sometimes you cannot just put a smile on your face anymore. I mean, that's not going to work. I like the saying, fake it till you make it too, but sometimes that you can only do so much. So what can Dawn and Jacob teach us about resilience? I mean, they've both done a number of things, and these are things that you can actually take with you into the office, into the workforce. The first thing they did through the tears and through the darkness was listen to Christina Aguilera. Okay, so they probably really didn't listen to Christina Aguilera. But what they did, this is Jacob, I didn't show that. That was Jacob when he was talking to me on air on Fox 4 recently. But what Dawn and Jacob did was they listened to Christina Aguilera. She has this song, and I listen to this song when I'm having a tough time. It's called Fighter. And the words say, it makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder, makes me that much wiser. So thanks for making me a fighter. Both Dawn and Jacob have had tough times, but what they've done is they've changed their mindset. Both of them view themselves as fighters or survivors, not victims. that I believe, and many resilience training experts believe, really is the key first step to being resilient. Changing your mindset. Channel Christina Aguilera, if you will. Now, both Dawn and Jacob also are very good at focusing on what they can control. They focus both on their treatments, they focus on their outreach, on their support for others. It has become their life, doing that, trying to help others. Can you do that sitting there feeling sorry for yourself? No, you can't. Can you do that just sitting back and being quiet? No. Both Dawn and Jacob are bold and brave. They have opened themselves up. They have shared their stories. They have taken a chance. They may fail. They may succeed. Both of them are succeeding, if you ask me right now. I, years ago, interviewed Robin Roberts, and I'm going to talk about this number 4. She broadcaster Robin Roberts, for those that don't know. She battled cancer and bone marrow disease, and I asked her about deciding to be so open about her treatment and what she was going through. And she said when she was struggling how to talk about what was going on, she was trying to figure out how she was going to, her family and friends knew, but she was trying to figure out how she was going to go public with it and how she was going to talk about it. And her mother told her, make your mess your message. And boy, that stuck with me. And from that moment on, when I heard her tell me that, I kind of took that on as my own, and I've tried to be an open book as well, on air, on social media, in my personal life. Mine kind of all just, I'm kind of just me. But from having a miscarriage to having a life-threatening scare during my delivery with my second child, I was diagnosed with HELLP syndrome. When I went back to work, one of the first stories I set up was a story with a doctor on HELLP syndrome, because I wanted to warn others about the dangers of HELLP syndrome and what they needed to do. Make your mess your message. By doing that, you can help others, you can be a leader, you can lift others up. And I've always thought, like, knowledge is power when you really think about it. So by sharing your message, you can help others make important decisions in their lives as well. I mean, who better to make a difference than someone's lived it? In fact, being resilient in the workplace often means being bold, trying something. I mean, maybe it works out great. Maybe it's a big failure. Now, if it works out, awesome, super. If it's a flop, follow Jacob and Dawn. Be bold, be brave, pick yourself up, find a way to move forward. Look for the positive in things, which I know can be hard, but there's always something. I spoke with a woman who does resilience training for companies. I talked with her this last week. And yes, that's a thing. Like, this woman goes into companies and she just talks about resilience, and she trains people how to be resilient. And she actually told me that since the pandemic, that she is now swamped with companies hiring her to do resilience training. And she told me something that really stuck with me. She said, when employees can stand tall in the face of hardship, so can the business. When employees can stand tall in the face of hardship, so can the business. I mean, that's key. So as we all move forward, I say to you again, be a fighter. I won't sing Christina Aguilera, don't worry. You don't want to hear my singing voice, it's really bad. But be a fighter, not a victim. Focus on what you can control, be bold and brave, and make your mess your message. And share with others, talk with others, because being a good leader is about being a good person. You alone can make a difference. And I always say change can start with one. I mean, every day I see it in the news, and I bet you see it around you as well. Change can start with one. You can be resilient. I want to thank you guys for having me here today, first of all, and I want to invite everyone in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to tune into Fox 4 Good Day every weekday. We are on from 4 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning. It's 6 hours of news. I go on at 6 o'clock in the morning. You can also follow me on social media, my Facebook fan page, and also my Instagram account, which Rebecca mentioned. It is called Great Mommy Moments, where I try to share a lot of these stories of resilience. And I throw in a couple crazy moments with my 8 and 5-year-old as well. But thank you so much for allowing me to be here today. And I really just appreciate the time. Thank you. Thank you.